Hey guys, welcome once again to Think Tank and thank you so much for joining me. Now, did you know that when a person has been perceived to be a serial oppressor, even when he takes an action that is supposed to be for the betterment of the people, they will still not support him because they have obviously lost trust in his actions previously. Now, this seems to be what is happening to Wâŕñing. Reactions has continued to trail from left, right, and center after the clash between the FCT minister and the Navy officer in Abuja yesterday. Now, some of the reactions that were of particular interest to me was that of VDM. Very Dark Man has come out to say that the soldier who vehemently resisted the FCT minister, he was going to get a whooping $1,000 from him. Not just that, the former chief of army staff in person of Buratai has come out to condemn the actions of Wike. But among all these reactions, three of them are of particular interest to me, and that I want you to see. The first of them is the reaction of the Minister of Defense, who has come out to say the ministry will come out and defend any soldier that was on duty legitimately. And of course, we should all know what that means. Two of them that are of particular interest to me is the reaction of Asari Dokubo. Trust me, you will not believe what Asari Dokubo said. Truly, that man is very controversial. I'm going to be showing you those two reactions and also the reaction of Lere, who was interviewed yesterday on Channels Television, who obviously would support Wâŕñing. Do your best to sit back and listen to these reactions as I'll be coming back to give you my thoughts about it.
Wike is serving minister in the government in where he has the power of a governor, goes to a place and a military officer, because he's wearing a military uniform, will come out and stop him from having access. And people are applauding that his courage. If he's courage, let him go to Sambisa now. I think they're looking for people in Sambisa. Let us not make excuse. Is it guiding private property? Is that why they engage him in the military?
Your boys will not protect
this
your property.
Is me. I don't do anything for you to like me. Hate me. If today you just hate me small, hate me more now. Because the truth I will tell, you will never like it. And everybody knows me. In my family, in my school, in my alma mater, in every team that I am involved, they know that no go Asari. Asari go say in home. He no give a damn. He doesn't give a damn. Today, I am restraining myself because of position I hold. And like I said, most of these positions are like prisons. Are like prisons. It ties your hand and your leg and for people to attack you so that you will not be able to fight back. Why will we cannot be there, Idris? Is it not the minister and the governor of Abuja? Why will he not be there? If he did not go, if he's a minister, he did not go, and people are abusing the master plan of Abuja and carrying out projects, they will say, oh, he was minister, he did not go. He delegated his position to people. Oh, the Mr. President is sleeping. He doesn't really know what's happening in his government. Like when I started in the morning, I said, Nigeria is the only country where nobody wants to obey the law. only a few people. Just cross over to Cotonou, Benin Republic. Go to Togo. The law is sacrosanct. They obey the law. No, nobody wants to obey the law. Everybody wants to live the way they want to live. A minister who approved the CFO does not have the power to go to the land for which he approved CFO for. He does not have power to go to the land or for which he approved CFO for. He has the power to approve CFO. What a funny country.
For yourself. Now let's take a look at the interview that was done to Lere, who happens to be the media aide to Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike. Obviously, you all know that he was going to be supporting Nyesom Wike, but I'm going to be asking him some pertinent questions at the end of this interview.
That particular land was allocated to a company in 2007, Santos Estate Limited, for park and recreation. Let me say this again. Allocated in 2007 for park and recreation. The company did not do anything on the land because that place is a parkway, it's a walkway, it's a road corridor. You don't build there. Then in 2022, the company wrote to the FCTA, the minister, oh, I want approval from you to convert the purpose to commercial. From park to build park. You know what park is and recreation, not permanent structures. Probably in anticipation of the minister's approval for conversion, the man decided to partition the land allocated to him for park and recreation. He now partitioned the land and sold to people, including the former chief of naval staff. And that is why I want to say here that the former chief of naval staff was scammed. He was scammed. And he has realized that he was scammed. Instead of him to now come out and seek help, he resorted to use military might. Now, in 2022, the minister of FCT declined that request, did not grant the request for change of land use made by that company. That was where it ended. But he had already sold the land to people, giving them the impression that the land use will change. Wike was not the minister then.
In 2022,
Wike was not the minister. Now, after selling land allocated to you for park and recreation, for people to build house, who should the former chief of naval staff go and hold? The person who scammed him or the government? He chose not to hold the person who scammed him, the company who scammed him. Now again, that particular portion has now been redesignated for the purpose of, if you know Abuja very well, you know how BOMBSHELL is. That is where you have Ministry of Works, Environment. That portion of the land, that parkway, is for public buildings and corporate buildings, not residential. Meaning that you cannot build residential house there. That is one. So as of today, Vice Admiral Gambo does not have a document, a title document, showing that he owns the land. He does not own the land. Now, assuming not conceding that he has title documents and he owns the land, before you begin development of a land, there are processes you must pass through. One of such processes is to have a building plan. Building plan showing what you want to put on the land. And you take your building plan to the development control. See, you take your building plan to development control. The question Nigerians should ask Vice Admiral Gambo, did he take the building plan on that land to development control, and the development control approve the building plan?
Wow, remarkable indeed. Now, assuming though not conceding everything that Lere has said in that interview was very correct, I have 3 questions to ask him. First of all, even if the purpose of the land was supposed to be for park like he claimed, is it the reason why they had to revoke the land from people who have been custodians of that land for a long time? You've seen it for yourself that Nigerians have lost trust in the leadership of the nation. People have come out to allege that the same Nyesom Wike has always been revoking land, allocating it to his cronies, just like it was put out. And I don't know why the channel's television journalists did not ask him the question, because it was out there on the internet. People were asking that allegedly it was put out on Sahara Reporters that this same land, this particular land we are talking about, was allocated to the current INEC chairman. Why did the channel's television representative not ask him that question? That is the second question I want to ask him. The INEC chairman, is it supposed to be the public interest? Because we all know that the Land Use Act says that before you can revoke a land that belongs to a person for government interest, it must be for the interest of the public. The reason why they wanted to revoke the land, is it for the interest of the public, or is it for the interest of the INEC chairman? And why was it allocated to the INEC chairman? Like I said yesterday, that when somebody like Nyesom Wike comes out to say he cannot be intimidated, I was just laughing. Nyesom Wike, that many perceive to be the chief intimidation chairman of Nigeria, is saying that he cannot be intimidated. And it tells me one thing, that regardless of the position you are attaining or you're sitting on right now, when you ensure that you bring out policies for your personal interest, for the interest of your cronies, one day you leave that position and Nigeria will happen to you. We've seen the likes of El-Rufai come out and begin to complain. We've seen the likes of Amechi who were in the corridors of power. We've seen the likes of Timi Prisiva has just been declared wanted. One day, Nigeria will happen to all of them, so that they can understand why we come out and keep criticizing the government by the day. Do your best to drop your own thoughts in the comment section. Tell me what you think about the allegations to Nyesom Wike and the land grabbing saga in Abuja, and we shall continually be here to serve you. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We truly don't take it lightly. My name again is Moses, and this is Think Tank. See you on our next video.